everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. The S&P 500 was down 0.5% today. Kind of start off at 0.5% down, even though there was a lot going on today. We had the Federal Reserve, coming out saying that they were not going to lower rates or raise rates today, which was what was expected by the market. And so not a lot of change from that. The commentary that was said by Chairman Powell, I thought was a little bit softer than last time. The last time it was pretty aggressive about, the possibility of inflation. The market actually dropped 3% last time. And this time it got a bit more of a softer tone. The CPI report that came out for last month was better. And, even though the job market is still pretty hot, we'll see what happens with some of the reports that come up here for the job market and see how it's still going. But that's why the Federal Reserve was kind of saying, hey, we're probably not going to be lowering rates as much as the market thought. And so we ended up with that kind of, rough period through the end of the year, beginning of this year until the CPI report came out and basically went all the way back up to a new all-time high. You also have, earnings report coming out this week. We're not expecting another rate cut until June. So really, earnings will be the key as usual. We've got all the big tech companies coming out. I think a lot of these reports are really good. Sometimes the market does, grab onto one thing or another. I wouldn't say the market is in the most positive mood. Seems like when things are really, exciting, the market's moving up. It ignores some of the negative things that they might be able to pick out from some of these reports of earnings. And when the market's in a more negative mood, a little bit like it is now, it's not severely, but a little bit, it's kind of picking on things. So like Microsoft had really good growth, in my opinion, but they didn't have as much growth as expected in the cloud computing area, for example. I think they're doing pretty well considering what's going on. So anyway, that's what's happening today. It's not a bad day, as far as that goes. We'd like to get back again to a new all-time high, just so we're not, in a downtrend here, even though it's kind of small at this point. Wouldn't want that to turn into something bigger. Again, the Fed is the key here. If inflation's still the key, and earnings, those are the big issues. Lots of other things that are happening, politically and what have you, that could have an impact. But the market, as you can tell, if you look really closely, the market's not paying that much attention to a lot of the different political things that are happening at this point. I think, kind of waiting to see what really happens and how that actually impacts, what happens to the markets. So far we haven't seen any impact to the economy. Of course, it's too soon. And haven't seen the impact to the market, which is looking forward and not expecting impact. So we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, that's what's happening today. I look forward to being able to see what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Thank you very much.